Live hosts Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos raised their 3 kids in Manhattan. But now that their own kids are grown, Kelly has little patience for other people's kids. She shared a huge pet peeve about kids in the city these days. Keep reading to find out if you agree with her. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos begin empty nest years. Kelly Ripa and her husband are the proud parents of 3 children. While they'll always be children to their parents, Michael, 28, Lola, 24, and Joaquin, 22, are adults now and making their own paths in life. Their oldest son lives in Brooklyn after graduating from college. Lola lives in London, England. Live host Kelly Ripa. The couple's youngest son graduated from college this year and is weighing his options. Pretty soon, Kelly and Mark will be the only ones living in their $27 million townhouse on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. New York.Live host puts Manhattan kids on blast in on-air tirade. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos go all out for Halloween. They wear multiple costumes on Live, and then when they go home, they hand out Halloween candy. But Kelly aired a huge grievance about trick-or-treaters ahead of the holiday this year. Mark Consuelos mentioned on a recent episode of Live that people go through a lot of candy on Halloween. Kelly said that they go through cases and cases of treats for kids on the spooky holiday. But she went on to make a major complaint about the kids in Manhattan. She called them out for being demanding about what candy they get. She explained, "We give good candy, full-size candy. You think they'd take the win and say, 'Thank you.' But they go, 'I don't like Hershey's. Can I get a Snickers bar? I want Skittles.'" The Live host said she's tired of the kids complaining, so she came up with a new solution this year. "I'm getting opaque bags and putting the candy in the bags, and you get what you get. Bye-bye. See you later." She also complained that the kids don't even say thank you. Kelly Ripa blamed the moms for their ungrateful kids. "Don't have time to negotiate with you since your mom is over there drinking wine out of her sippy cup," she vented. Is it just city kids? Kelly Ripa's attack on ungrateful trick-or-treaters wasn't met with backlash at all. In fact, a lot of other fed-up candy givers agreed. Check out some of the social media comments on the topic Kids of Manhattan. Kids everywhere! Entitlement is rampant in the first world countries, at least Canada. And USA Manhattan kids need to touch grass. I give out full size too. And they ask if they can have 2, I tell them to trade. Candy with theirs friends later. Let's normalize telling kids no, and then slam the door. Kelly Ripa is far from a kid hater, but she has a limit. She just wants trick-or-treaters to take their candy and go. Can you relate? Kelly Ripa's fiery Halloween, meltdown, empty nest, mom goes viral blasting, entitled Manhattan Trick-or-Treaters and Their Wine-Sipping Moms. In a bombshell on-air rant that's sparking debates across social media, Live with Kelly and Mark. Host Kelly Ripa unleashed her frustration on the growing wave of ungrateful kids terrorizing Manhattan's sidewalks this Halloween season. The 54-year-old TV icon, fresh into her empty nest phase with husband Mark Consuelos, revealed she's had enough of demanding trick-or-treaters who snub full-size candy bars and skip the thank yous. Fans are divided. Is this a hilarious call-out of modern parenting fails, or just a cranky celeb griping about her $27 million Upper East Side life? The drama unfolded during a recent episode of the beloved morning show where Ripa and Consuelos, married since 1996, dished on their Halloween traditions. The couple, known for their over-the-top costumes and generosity, typically hands out cases and cases of premium treats from their lavish townhouse. But this year, Ripa's patience snapped like a brittle Kit Kat. "We give good candy." "Full-size candy," Ripa vented, mimicking a whiny child's voice. You think they'd take the win and say thank you? But they go, "I don't like Hershey's. Can I get a Snickers bar? I want Skittles." The audience erupted in laughter, but Ripa wasn't joking. She's implementing a no-nonsense fix. Opaque bags stuffed with random candy. "You get what you get. Bye-bye. See you later," she declared, slamming an imaginary door for emphasis. Her tirade didn't stop there. She turned the spotlight on the parents, accusing moms of enabling the entitlement. "Don't have time to negotiate with you since your mom is over there drinking wine out of her sippy cup," Ripa quipped, painting a vivid picture of distracted guardians more focused on adult beverages than teaching manners. Ripa and Consuelo's journey to this empty nest era adds layers to her frustration. The power couple raised 3 kids in the heart of Manhattan's hustle. Son Michael, 28, who now calls Brooklyn home after college. Daughter Lola, 24, thriving in London. And youngest Joaquin, 22, fresh out of university and pondering his next move. With the kids flown the coop, their sprawling Upper East Side pad, valued at a jaw-dropping $27 million, feels quieter than ever. Pretty soon, it'll just be us, Consuelos noted, highlighting the shift from chaotic family life to serene coupledom. But Halloween remains a family affair for the duo. They go all out on Live, donning multiple elaborate costumes, then return home to dole out sweets to hordes of costumed ghouls. Ripa's complaint taps into a broader cultural nerve, the perceived rise of entitlement among urban youth. Social media exploded with agreement, proving she's not alone in her candy crusades. Kids of Manhattan? Kids everywhere! Entitlement is rampant in first world countries, at least Canada and USA, tweeted one supporter. Another vented, Manhattan kids need to touch grass. A fed-up giver shared, I give out full size too, and they ask if they can have two. I tell them to trade with their friends later. The consensus? Let's normalize telling kids no, and then slam the door. Not everyone sees it as a city-specific plague. Comments poured in from suburbs and small towns, with parents and homeowners echoing Ripa's woes. This happens in my quiet neighborhood too, kids demanding specifics like it's a candy buffet, one Reddit user posted. Experts weigh in too. Child psychologist Dr. Emily Hart, speaking to TMZ, attributes it to helicopter parenting and instant gratification culture from social media and apps like Uber Eats. She advises, teaching gratitude starts at home. A simple no builds resilience. Ripa, far from a kid hater, has always gushed about her own children. In past interviews, she's shared heartwarming stories of family adventures, from Broadway shows to European vacations. They're my everything, she told People magazine last year. But with adulthood hitting her brood, she's drawing boundaries. Her solution, Blind Bags, aims to restore the holidays' magic without the haggling. It's about the fun, not the negotiation, she insisted. The backlash? Minimal. Instead, Ripa's clip racked up millions of views on TikTok and Instagram Reels, with memes of her sippy cup jab going viral. Comedians like James Corden retweeted in solidarity, joking, Kelly for Candy Czar? Even critics admit her frustration is relatable amid rising costs. Full-size bars aren't cheap, with inflation hitting sweets hard this year. As Halloween approaches on October 31st, Ripa's stance could inspire a movement. Will neighborhoods adopt grab-and-go policies? Candy companies like Mars and Hershey might even capitalize, with opaque mystery mix packs hitting shelves. For now, the host stands firm. Take the treat, say thanks, and scamper off. Can you relate to Ripa's rage? In a world of picky eaters and permissive parents, her empty nest wisdom might just save your sanity. Drop your Halloween horror stories in the comments. Has a trick-or-treater ever demanded gluten-free options? Stay tuned for more celeb scoops!